Welcome back to the Ponca City Monthly Podcast. I'm your host, Andy, and it's May. We're starting off the month of May. Spring is sprung. We're heading into summer. I'm looking at my camera because our cleaning lady decided she needed to clean my studio, so I had to move all my lights, and I'm lazy and I didn't want to really stress putting them back. So now I'm like, oh, it's my face very shiny. But anyway, it's the first of the month, which means that we've got Editor-In-Chief Kelsey Wagner sitting in with us today. Kelsey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you busy planting or... Have you planted everything?
I did. I love going to Lowe's on Saturday or Sunday morning and just buying. I try to limit. I have done the thing where I bought way too many plants and had too many things to water. But I bought this beautiful clematis with these purple flowers on it this weekend.
I bought one of those as well.
Yeah.
They're very cool. They're so pretty. I also got, they also had a pink one, I think. I bought 3 of them.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have them climbing up a vine or a
So
trellis?
I have this weird garden entrance trellis. It's an arch.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to plant something. It's in a weird spot. So,
gotcha.
But yeah, we've been on a quest to plant perennials so that we don't have to buy as much.
Yeah.
But this year we decided to install a brand new flower bed. So that's
In the front of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's an undertaking.
Yeah, it was fun. And I think I'm going to maybe add, we're also adding, if you ever go to Tulsa and you go to the gathering space, they have this, where the road is, they've left it and they've planted all kinds of native Oklahoma grasses. And it's so pretty. I mean, it looks very unkempt, but it's very pretty. So part of my yard, I'm turning into that.
To try to get it more low maintenance kind of.
Yeah, not so much. We have, our house sits kind of on a hill and we have a really bad issue with erosion.
Yeah.
One of the things that makes Oklahoma native plants so cool is that their root systems go so deep and they're so strong. And that's how they keep, the ground in the prairie from blowing away, as you know. Yeah. We're hoping that this solves some erosion issues. So we'll see how it works. I don't know, but we've actually gone on a tour. We've been to Enid to buy plants.
Yeah.
We've been to Stillwater. We've been to Arc City.
I still haven't been to that one. I'd like to go.
That's a really pretty one.
Yeah.
Now we'll bring it up since it's coming. The Herb Fest in June, the first weekend in June.
I always go to that.
La Hacienda is who's in Arc City, and they usually have a space there. So.
And then I bet I've probably seen them.
Yeah.
I've bought a plant.
What I like about La Hacienda is they have beautiful succulent gardens that they put together in random antique items, and it's very cool. So definitely check those out coming up in June. But we're here in May. Brand new issue out on the stands. Lots going on. You want to talk about this issue?
Yes. So I always like to show the cover.
Show the cover.
So here's our cute little cover. So on our cover this month is the STEM camp, which is going on at the University Center. And for those who don't know, just a little bit of background, several years ago, the University Center got all these 3D printers and they kind of expanded their services. They had Phillips 66 grant and they were able to start doing these Lego robotic camps. And so they do 3D printing, they build these Lego robots and the kids get to test them out. And they have building little excavators and little race cars. And this kid has a helicopter. So it's a really cool way to enrich the learning and get the kids also introduced to the University Center and kind of what it does. So
yeah, the thing I like about the STEM movement, I guess I'll call it, is that, sometimes, especially with science and math, it can be hard. I was one of those kids. It was very hard for me to do that. But by introducing it through fun play and building through Lego, things like that, it really sort of breaks down those sometimes hard things and makes it fun, because we got to have those kids in science and math.
You do. And honestly, when what I love to see, because I was very involved in the arts during my time on the Ponca City Art Center, is the STEAM, when they add the little art in the middle of it, which is great.
Cimarron Public Transit. Now that's kind of a staple. I mean, it's 57 years.
And I think it's one of those things that people don't know about it unless they need it, unless they depend on it and use it. But Cimarron Transit, it works under the organization UCAP, which is the United Community Action Program, which is out of Pawnee. there's this really big nonprofit that offers services to a lot of local communities. So what they do here in Ponca City, they have several things. Head Start, they feed people. I forget which that program was called. But they also run Cimarron Transit, which is our public transit. And so anybody can call anytime. You do have to schedule ahead of time. There's a set price for, if you need a trip to the doctor, if you need a trip to the store. So you can ride anywhere in town for that. And they do also have special services if you need to go to Oklahoma City, Wichita, or Tulsa to the doctor. So it's a really great service.
Another exciting story we have is actually somebody that's been on our cover before. And
yes.
That's Annie Owen.
Recently.
Yeah.
What a small world.
It is. Strange. Now, do you think that her coming here was the catalyst to that?
The universe works in mysterious ways. I don't know it. So for those who don't know, the Marlin Mansion was hiring an executive director. Our longtime executive director, David Keithley, was retiring. And so it left that position open. I was not involved in the hiring process. And I didn't know that Annie was looking for a career change at all. But yeah, that job opened. She applied and here she was the most qualified person. I think she's going to be fantastic.
I agree. I think she's going to add a lot of fun things.
Yes.
Annie's a very fun, charismatic person, so it should be cool.
And it's funny, her history. She loves historic buildings, and she like the ghost things that she taught, the cemetery stuff. What's her TikTok? 6 feet under.
6 feet under, yeah. 6 feet over.
6 feet over. That's right. It just lends itself perfectly, I think, to the Marlin Mansion job. So
ghost hunting. She could go ghost hunting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll get some fun ghost hunting adventures around the Marlin there. The enduring pain and purpose and experiencing peace. Therapeutic horse riding. That's a great program.
Yeah, so New Life Trails, a lot of people may not know that we have New Life Trails, and they do all kinds of events. Like you can do kids' birthday parties there, you can do fundraisers, but they hold these classes, and they're therapeutic healing classes. They're for teenagers 11 to 18 who have experienced a recent loss of a loved one over the past year. And so it's just a way, animals are healing. And so this may not be something that people even know that we have available in Ponca City. So she actually reached out and said, hey, I've got a story I'd love to submit. And
nice.
Just a reminder to everyone, we accept story submissions from anyone.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't guarantee they'll be printed. And we have to make sure the quality is up to our liking. But yeah, it was a great story.
Not the first time we've talked about them. They kind of pop up every now and then. It's such a great program that we're always happy to help give them some props there. Yep. We also did a great story on David's Garage, who is a longtime advertiser of ours. So it's great to sort of give them a little spotlight into their programs. The thing that I thought was funny is that, he kind of just started the business and was learning as he went. And now he's got this very professional garage.
And I have to say, we have so many great businesses in Ponca City, but he keeps his shop immaculate. Like you go, sometimes you go to mechanics and they're they got extra things floating around, but it's super clean. It's super organized. He runs a very efficient business, and he gets those cars in and out. So he does a fantastic job. And if you go look at his Google reviews, raving reviews. So
yeah, fantastic program. Definitely want to check them out if you got car issues that need to be looked at. If that car's making a weird sound, don't turn your radio up because it will not go away, as I learned. Have you ever played the How Long Can I Drive with the Oil Light On game?
Okay, Andy, I'm a farm girl. No, we don't play that game. That game ends in bad things.
Sure. But you can drive pretty far.
I bet you can.
I remember one time I was like, I'm going to Colorado. I probably should get my oil changed before I go because the light's on. And then I was like, I'll deal with it.
We've all done that, right? You're like, it says I'm at 3,000, but I bet I can get a little bit more out. But no, in general, because we drove these old, these 1973 Massey Ferguson combines. And that was my dad's, because he always said farming is 50% farming and 50% fixing stuff. So, if you let things go, you break down and then you can't do anything for the rest of the day. So
and you just have to buy a new car. Yeah. Let's talk about a story that I know is near and dear to you, the Eagle Scouts. We've got some new ones that are, so this is when they get to graduation point, right?
Yes, essentially. So in Scouts, kind of the whole goal, I wouldn't say the whole goal is to get to an Eagle Scout, but it is for many kind of the prestigious end to a very long journey of, you learn all these skills as Cub Scouts, and then you transition over to, regular scouting, and that's 6th grade through 12th grade essentially. But becoming an Eagle Scout is very, very difficult. Did you say you were in Scouts at all?
I was a Cub Scout.
You were a Cub Scout. Okay, well then you have a little knowledge, but it gets harder as you get older.
Sure.
And so like doing an Eagle Scout project, it's a massive undertaking. My older son Pierce, he built a gaga ball pit. And he had to raise, thousands of dollars, and he had to organize it. And so it's a huge undertaking. And then there's also a point, like you have to get this done before you turn 18. Like you age out is what it's called. So you can't just have an unlimited amount of time. So all these kids in Troop 556 went through the rigorous, test and merit badges and everything that it takes to become an Eagle. And really attaining that Eagle Scout, like it opens up opportunities for scholarships. You can automatically get a higher rank if you go into the military. And so they make it hard for a reason, because it does open up some really cool doors. So.
Yeah, definitely a great program for future leaders to be in.
Sure.
Something that I thought was kind of fun is if you look at the article, this is a design insight. I added little merit badges.
Yeah.
And what I thought was fun was I went in and I looked at their sashes and seen all of them had sort of the same, but some of them had like unique badges.
Oh, nice.
And so it was kind of fun to go in and see what the different badges and different things meant.
That.
So, yeah.
Well, and here's a little fun fact for you. So, they opened up Scouts BSA to girls, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. And I think we had an article in the magazine, but for those who don't know, we had the first female Eagle Scout in the entire state of Oklahoma right here from Ponca City.
Wow.
So, her name is Journey King. So,
awesome. And that was last year?
Or it was a couple years ago.
Okay.
Two and a half, maybe.
Nice. All right. Oh, we can't forget about the Airbnb story.
Oh, yes. We've been working on this one for a while.
Yeah. We are going to do a corresponding podcast with Zach Trantham from Visit Ponca, right? Visit Ponca City.
Visit Ponca City.
And the reason I tied those together is because, why do we have so many Airbnbs? It's because there's so many events going on throughout the year. Rodeo coming up in just a few weeks. That's going to bring in a ton of people. And even concerts in Stillwater, like the Boys of Country, that brought in people that were staying here in town. Yep. So the fact that we have all these beautiful Airbnbs.
Yeah, and this was just, I've known for a long time. I was an Airbnb owner. I don't know. Gosh, it's been I was one of the first 5 Airbnbs in Ponca City.
Wow.
It was a very unique experience. But now we have over 50. So there's a lot of Airbnbs, and they're very unique. And so I had been kind of looking and saving some pictures of some of the newer Airbnbs. Suzanne DeVinny has a couple new ones, like the Fox Den, I think last year. And I thought, that'd be such a cool story to just showcase the barn house. So there's just a lot of really cool. The historic B.S. Barnes house is up here on 5th Street. That was the original house where B.S. Barnes, the first mayor of Ponca City, lived. So
wow. You
very
can stay
cool.
there. It's probably not haunted at all.
Right, not haunted, not at all. We'll have to ask Annie about that.
Have to get Annie over there, give it a good one. The Fox Den I thought was a really cool one.
Yes,
and
she did a good
also the
job
Hazel House looks like somewhere I would definitely stay. I mean, they all look cool.
They do. Yep. The Hat Ranch Lodge is kind of out in the middle of the country, so depending on if you want to be in right by downtown Ponca City. There's another Airbnb that we didn't put in here, but it's the old Boomerang building. Well, the Mexican building now, but it's upstairs. One of those apartments is an Airbnb, and so depending on where you want to stay, you have all kinds of options in K County.
Very cool stuff there. And of course we have all of our normal columns, Mental Health Minute, Close Encounters, book reviews. Romy will be in here in a few weeks to talk about her book review.
Yeah.
So always fun stuff there. But yeah.
Well, I'll do a little plug. So Shelley Arrett writes our Chamber Buzz. She's the CEO of the Ponca City Chamber of Commerce. Her column this month was about the leadership program. And I just want to encourage anybody who has not been through Ponca City Leadership. I think people that don't know about the Chamber or don't know what it does, It is a program to really get you involved in the community, get you exposed. You get the behind the scenes tour. It is a 9-month long program, so it is a commitment, and you're only allowed to miss one date. But there are so many people I've seen go into that program, make connections, get better jobs, find business connections and things. So it's a great program, open to anyone. You do have to apply. It is an application process. I mean, they get about 50 or 60 applicants, and they only accept 20, so it is competitive. But I really encourage people to apply. They will be opening up, I believe it's in May, they open it up for the next year.
Okay, so sometime this month. All that information is definitely in the article. I even put a save the date in there so that you don't miss it. But yeah.
Oh, sorry. It says applications open in early June.
Okay, so next month.
Month,
be on the lookout for that. Again, a great program if you're wanting to sort of, we talk about the phrase, get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic program to get your foot in the door with a lot of different companies, because you do go around and you do everything from, don't they take them out to the refinery and
you take them to the courthouse, they take them to City Hall. I mean, they really get to meet everybody, all the you call it the who's who, or the people who are running things. You get front row access to everybody, and you meet someone and you always say, like, what do you do, and then you end up swapping phone numbers, and then who knows, you get new clients out of it, new business partners, new jobs. So really cool.
Such a great opportunity, so take advantage of that while you can. All right, well, we within the magazine have some exciting news.
Yes,
so
we do.
We've had some changes happen.
Growth opportunities. I think, so.
I'm going to let you talk about it, because I feel we are talking about it.
Well, so, the magazine's been around for 7 years now, and we have grown in ways that I never would have anticipated in a million years. Like, first of all, just to have a print publication in 2026, people, when I started the magazine, they said, that's a terrible idea, Kelsey. And I said, watch me. But you know what? I think that good quality journalism is still very much in style. And people want local. They want local content. So our magazine has been so successful. And so as we've grown, we have more writers, more contributing writers. We have, how many pages were we this month? 61, 62. We've been up to 80 pages, which is a lot to lay out. Sometimes Robin gets a little overzealous with her ad sales, which is wonderful. But as we continue to grow and expand, we're working on a new PoncCityMonthly.com website that we're going to be launching soon. Andy is being promoted to our new managing editor, which means he's in charge of everything, pretty much, mostly everything.
A little bit. Yeah. I always say, like, the editor-in-chief is the guiding voice, and the managing editor is the one who has to type all the paperwork.
But it's not like this is your first magazine you've ever been involved with. Do you want to talk a little bit about? I mean, you've done this multiple times.
Yeah.
So.
As a matter of fact, I was at a concert a few weeks ago, and I was sitting in the audience watching the performer. And I was thinking back to the 30 years ago, the first time I saw this person perform. And it was because I was on a press pass. It was my first real magazine job.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been around the block a few times.
Yeah. And to watch all the things that have changed in that world, what is that like?
It's funny. I was talking with someone the other day, and I was saying, now we do everything digital, and we've lost a lot of the, I haven't worked for a daily newspaper. Like, that's the one thing I've never done, just because I like entertainment.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of the terminology that we use just doesn't apply anymore. Because my first job was literally taking film that would come from the printer and clean it off and take the ads and cut them out so that they were ready for the next.
Wow.
And I was like, that kind of stuff just doesn't, you don't even think about how.
Right. Well, I was right. When I was in yearbook in high school, it was only a couple years before I was in yearbook that they had these big paste boards, and they would copy and paste, and that's where the terminology comes from. And so I was the first iteration of using Adobe PageMaker and it was so different than it is today. It was not even connected to the internet. We had to, get everything compiled and get it on. It wasn't even I think it was a zip drive. It
Yep.
was some kind of weird, it wasn't a floppy disk. It was an
Right.
upgrade from that.
Right. It was a big fat floppy disk, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
a
it was
huge
zip
fat,
drive.
it was a zip drive. So how things have changed. But
One time I was, in my earlier days, I wasn't as cool as I am now. So we didn't get the magazine done days before it needed to go to the press. It was usually the night of. So there it was midnight. I was putting the finishing touches on the magazine and I was moving it from my desktop to the zip drive. And I don't know what happened. Something glitched and I lost the entire magazine and I had to start over.
that is the stuff of nightmares. Stuff of nightmares.
I can't even imagine how that would happen because now we save everything to the cloud and then we forward that and
Even in Dropbox, there's like backups of backups where you can restore deleted things. So.
And I was thinking because I asked you as I've taken over this, like, how do we get the magazine to the printer and doing that? And I was thinking back in the old days, we used to use FTPs, which
right.
we don't use those now. We can just email it.
When we upload the directory, we actually do that.
Do we?
Well,
I thought we just put it in it's a fancy version of Dropbox, but it's their Dropbox.
Yes, he called it an FTP.
Oh, sure.
So maybe he's just old.
He's probably in the same generation as me. It's an FTP.
yeah, but not actually an FTP.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually used to, you had a third-party program called a distiller, and that's what you had to save your PDF to. You would print it.
Yeah.
And it would go to the distiller, and the distiller would put out your print file, your PDF.
Well, so one thing that I've been thinking about as I'm planning our new website, new Ponca City Monthly, is just the fact that it's the weirdest thing because the internet has been in existence now for 30 years, 40 years. And a lot of photos that should be there have been scrubbed. Have you noticed that? Like, I'll go back and I'll try to look at old articles and old things. And I think the price of storage is expensive.
Oh, sure.
And so people I don't know if they don't make it accessible, but that's one of the things I want for our website is I want all of our stories to be accessible from the beginning.
Yeah.
And to let that, people used to clip newspaper clippings and keep those. And so that's something I want there to be some sort of record that people can go and search. And so I don't want these to be lost into, the ether space.
Because it does happen. There was a time that if you Googled my name, it would be like 10 pages of stuff. And now I don't exist.
Well, think about when people launch a new website, it's just wiped out.
Yeah.
So on my mayor page, I did a throwback video, like the 90s.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And there were some people that are like, oh, we need pictures of Skate World.
Oh yeah.
I went on a deep dive, Andy.
Did you find some?
No, they don't exist.
They don't
exist. I can't. I'm still determined to find them, but I'm like, Skate World in Ponca City was in existence for like 30 years. There has to be pictures, but they don't exist on the internet.
Yeah,
so
somebody
it's
has
weird
them in a box somewhere.
Well, but I think they had there was a Skate World Facebook, but it's been wiped, and there was a Skate World Yelp page, and it's been wiped, and so I'm like, there's just. I wish we had more. So that's the kind of stuff, I want to have an archive on our website where people could even upload fun memories.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely so. That would be a fun thing. So, lots of things. One thing we want to make expressly clear, Robin is not going anywhere.
Robin's not going anywhere, guys. We're growing our team. We're hiring new people. So you got promoted. We're hiring a part-time commission-based salesperson. Which will sell different things than Robin. Robin is still going to be primarily the magazine. And then we're hiring a feature writer, but maybe several feature writers. So we just growing and changing. So
lots of new and exciting things. So keep an eye on us as we make these changes over the next few months. All right, let's talk Mayor Minute.
Yeah, Mayor Minute. Okay, so I have something that e-bikes. This is a little controversial, Andy.
I mean, so I got to tell you, before you jump into this, I know that we have talked about this.
Yeah.
The other day I was reading an article and I was like, oh, this must be local because it's all about e-bikes and what a nuisance they are and this and that. No, it was from Tulsa.
Yeah,
and then I read another one and I thought, this must be from Tulsa also. It was from Orlando. These things are everywhere.
I don't know when
I said
this
nuisance.
happens.
They're not a nuisance, but
no, they are. I mean, they can be dangerous, and so
they're dangerous if you don't follow the law.
Yes, exactly. And I think what's happened is that because of the accessibility at the big major box stores, the younger kids have now got access to them, and the batteries last a lot longer. They're a lot faster. all of a sudden in the past 2 or 3 months, they're just everywhere.
Everywhere.
And so I don't know if you heard about, there was a kid in Stillwater who got hit. I think it was.
I mean, it was bound to happen.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. And so we have, as a city staff, are reviewing it and we're looking into it. And sometime this summer, we are going to take that up to put something in place to not only make sure that the kids or adults or whoever are on these e-bikes are safe, but the pedestrians and the people in the cars everyone has the rules and the expectations. Because I've got some kids that they ride around like it's a motocross racetrack in my neighborhood. Yeah. No helmets. Right. These kids are like 9 years old, so it's not good.
So, I mean, at first, my initial reaction, and I think I talked to you about this just in passing, that, I kind of have the old man get off my lawn kind of situation. And I was kind of feeling guilty about that because, I'm an adventurous person. I like to have fun. I like to do fun things. Yeah. I like to party. I like to do all of those. So I don't want to limit any kids. And so I struggled with how do I vocalize how I feel about this? And then one day I was sitting on my porch. The sun went down. It was getting it was starting that process where the light's going away. It's getting really dark. Yeah. A car was coming. All of a sudden, there are 4 kids on e-bikes in front of the car.
Oh my gosh.
Out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not that I don't want you to have fun. It's not that I don't want you to be able to do this. Yeah. It's that I don't want you to get hit.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to see that.
One accident is too many accidents if it's preventable. So,
yeah. And what I have noticed is now I've noticed that some of the older kids, and by older kids, I'm saying 10, 11, are starting to wear helmets. And so the younger kids are starting to wear helmets. Yes. But at first, the older kids weren't. And I noticed the younger kids were kind of playing along. Whatever the older kids do, that's what the younger kids do. And so that was. Sure.
And they ride in groups. So you'll see a little herd of e-bikes with little-ish kids, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they're all together and they're completely silent because they're electric and it's very dangerous.
Yeah, they are very silent. That is another point. Yeah.
It is. So.
But Marlin Mansion.
Yes, the Marlin Mansion, they're all over that place. So I don't know, maybe we need to have a place for them or something because it's just.
I've thought that, maybe if there was, but again, you know how it is being a kid. I mean, we had the fortunate luck of being raised on farms and ranches, so we
wide open spaces,
right? Be as crazy evil Knievel as you want.
Yeah.
How I survived without breaking anything. It's why I can't walk because of my Janet Jackson knee. But definitely don't want to impart on the fun, but I just want them to be safe. And it would be more fun if there was a place kind of communally that they could go and do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So we'll talk about that. So there's my mayor minute.
Okay. Yeah. Can I, this can be cut if you don't want to talk about it, but how much longer are we waiting on the bridge to open?
May 8th.
May 8th.
May 8th. To everyone, it is May 8th. It will be open on May 8th. I'm told that this is guaranteed. As long as we don't have any.
Today's the 4th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5th, 6th. So Friday.
Yes,
Friday. Okay. Yeah. So Friday it's going to be open.
That's so I was told even if they have to just go down to one lane just to get it open, it will be open. Okay. So they have done what they needed to do and it's right there at the end.
Cool. So are you thinking it's going to be one lane or do they know yet?
They just, they've got the bridge all built. So it depends on they're putting finishing touches. It will either be completely open to all 4 lanes of traffic or it'll just be down to the 2 or whatever. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's been a trudge. It's been a long haul, huh?
Yeah.
We can all get to Butcher and Baker now.
I mean, I sort of live right there off of Hartford. So I don't, it's whenever I come here, it's a little weird, but I have this weird mental thing where I cannot go the same way to somewhere.
You've mentioned that.
More than one. And it's because I took a very high level creative thinking class. And that was something that they said to if you are stuck and you can't think of writer's block, let's use that as an example. They said the fastest way to get over that is to break your mental pattern.
Oh, I agree with that.
And going different directions.
Yeah. That's funny. I have an exercise that I do and I guess it's writing prompts, but I will think of the most random thing that I know I can't write about or that doesn't make any sense. And I'll force myself to write about it. And so it really helps me. And I've done that for years and years and years.
Wow.
I could write about anything.
I had a bit, and she's not very old, so it wasn't that long ago, but Taylor Swift made a comment, and I have never been able to find this. I watched it with my own eyes, so I know it happened. It
disappeared in the internet ether. Yeah.
But she was saying that, the thing that makes a superstar like her different from you is that she doesn't get to have writer's block. So she had to learn techniques. Yep. And whenever I heard that, I was like, I'm a professional. I need to learn these techniques.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people depend on me, you can't be like, oh, I can't just be like, I don't have an idea for a cover, though that did happen one time.
Well, and that's what I do for my letter from the editor a lot of times. Like this last month, I was like, band. And I just, you just kind of challenge yourself. But I do think that when you get to be, like you with your layout and design, right?
Yeah.
You have to think of something.
Right.
You can't not be inspired. So.
Yeah. And that really came into play, like at places like when I worked at A+ Printing, like when people come in the door and they need to design that day, you can't just be like, I got to think about it. I need to take a nap. Like, no, you need to come up with the design right then.
Yeah, exactly.
So, All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us again here at Ponca City Monthly Podcast. Come back next week. We're going to have another great show. Next week is going to be Zach with the Airbnb thing.
Nice.
I've had that interview for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun because when I interviewed Zach for that, it was about to be that gigantic snowstorm that hit.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
We're off camera. We're talking about how fast we need to get home before that hits.
Oh,
so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But so come back next week for that, and we'll see you guys again. Thank you so much.